Can we help you, Pa?
We?
Cousin Bessie, little Arnie, and me. Come on over.
You hadn't ought to call that critter cousin, Ellie.
Why not?
Well, you see, Jethro's your cousin, and that puts Jethro and her in the same... Well, never mind. I reckon I just got to get used to being a monkey's uncle.
Got my sign about ready, Jed?
Right near, Granny.
Ellie Mae, quit playing with your critters and get busy. We got this whole house to get clean. Yes, Granny. Well, what are you waiting for? Get around back. Well, let me see my sign, Jed.
Just a minute. You're going to like it, Granny. Jethro's done a fine job of painting.
Well, turn it over so I can see it.
Now stand back so you can get a good view.
Beautiful. This is going to make me rich, Jed. Rich and famous.
Is the big sign all right, Granny?
Just dandy, Jethro. Heft me up.
Oh, what for?
That fur.
Granny.
Jethro, you finish up the rest of the signs?
Sure did.
Well, let me see them.
Hot cornbread.
Oh, buttermilk.
Grits every meal.
Doctor on duty.
That's me, you know.
That's right, Granny.
Critters to pet?
Now, wait a minute. I didn't order that sign.
Oh, this one was Ellie's idea.
Sign tells the truth, Granny. I bet you there ain't another boarding house in Beverly Hills got as many critters as we have.
Here's a sign for the front gate.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you ain't just funning when you say sleep off the highway. We must be about 4 or 5 miles off.
Nice and quiet. Did you make a sign about my live soap?
Oh, yeah, Granny. Free lye soap.
Oh, that'll draw them in like flies.
You got to throw in a little extra with the stiff rates you're charging.
Well, Jed, I'm giving every boarder a private room and all he can eat.
Yeah, but $1 a night?
Well, I figure that'll keep out the riffraff.
Well, come on, Jethro. Let's get that big sign on here and commence putting them up.
Yes, sir.
That wife of mine. I have to leave my bank and rush home just to welcome a butler.
Now, Chief, Arthur Pinckney is hardly an ordinary butler. He's probably the most sought-after major domo on 2 continents.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. He has served royalty.
I mean that sign, look.
Climate mansion on your right. Room and board $1 a night.
They can't take in boarders. It's against the law in this neighborhood.
It's even illegal to put up those signs.
There's another one. 200 feet. Keep on coming. Outdoor swimming. Indoor plumbing.
Granny's boarding house. Oh, no. Gee, what should we do?
The first thing to do is get these signs out of here.
Free lye soap. Oh.
Now, you keep things moving in here. Yes, Granny.
Yeah, Granny. Well, Uncle Jed, this here running a boarding house sure is lots of work.
Well, it won't hurt us none, and it sure is making Granny happy.
That's a fact. She's having more fun than a bear cub in a honey tree.
Yeah, Granny likes doing for folks. The more, the better.
Yeah, and this'll give her a chance to make a little money she can call her own. Prideful woman like Granny needs that.
She ought to make a heap charging $1 a day.
Yeah, especially with all the signs we put up.
You know, from what I can see, she's got the only boarding house in the neighborhood.
I almost have my possum. How are you doing with your grits?
Got it. Come on, let's go.
Chief, I can't reach these.
Never mind them. Let's get down the hill and grab those big ones. Especially outdoor swimming, indoor plumbing.
Quite right, the police must never see them.
My wife must never see them.
Your wife's new butler must never see them. Pinckney is a man of impeccable breeding. He has served royalty in every major capital of the world. If he thought for one moment that the neighborhood in
Look,
which
turn this off, turn this on, and let's get going.
Welcome. Here it is. This is it. Your new home. Rather friendly, really. Quite decent of the Drysdales, yes.
Well, how's it going?
Oh, Granny, first boarders are coming.
We ain't ready for him. Somebody ought to be out front to greet him.
I'll go, Granny.
Ellie, put soap in his room.
Well, I did, Granny.
Did you put the clean towels in the fireplace? I mean wood in the bathtub. I mean flowers in his bed. I mean clean sheets on the floor.
Granny.
Now, don't get excited, Jed.
Rather a pleasant little cottage. For America.
Howdy. Can I tote your stuff for you?
I beg your pardon? Oh, the luggage, yes. Where are my quarters?
Oh, forget it. Granny says no tipping. Hey, did you see the signs?
Signs, yes.
I painted them.
Crudely done, but very helpful in directing me to the proper home.
Howdy, I'm Jed Clampett.
Glad to see you.
Welcome.
This here's Granny. Ellie Mae. That's Jethro toting your bag. Wait a minute, Jethro, I'll help you. Looks like you come fixing to stay a spell.
We got a dandy room for you and plenty of victuals.
And all the critters you can pet.
Come on. You being the first one, I'll uncork a jug for you. Ooh-wee. Look at the boarding house reach on that rascal.
Young lady, and I use the term loosely, where is your mistress?
Who?
Mrs. Drysdale.
Oh, she's next door. Want me to run and fetch her?
No, I shall see her in good time.
Well, come on in.
No wonder Mrs. Drysdale was frantic to engage my services. What an appalling domestic staff. America's answer to the Beatles, I suppose.
Hi, dingies, that hot bread smells good, like hot bread should.
Well, Granny, your first boarder is settled in. By the way, his name is Pinckney, Arthur Pinckney.
Did he like his room?
Seemed to. He's up there rooting around like a hog in a new pen.
You want to take up my jug and give him a little welcome snort?
That's not, Granny. We don't know him that well. He might be a temperance man.
Long drink of water, ain't he?
He is at that. Nice looking, though. Fancy dresser. I'd say he's a man of quality.
Yeah. The only thing his talk is a mite hard to understand.
Oh, he's a foreigner, all right. No doubt about that.
Likely from Chicago or someplace.
Hey, Granny, your boarder said he'd like to have a cup of tea.
Did he say what kind of tea he wants? I can give him senna or sassafras or dandelion or juniper or horse mint.
No, ma'am, he didn't say.
You seem to be ailing in some way, Jethro?
Well, he was kind of stuffy in the head.
I'll put together a mixture.
Find out where he's from?
Yes, sir. London.
Where's that?
Oh, clean across the ocean. What they call Great Britain.
No wonder he don't talk English so good.
Granny, they talk English there.
Well, they sure talk and swearing.
The boarder wants everybody down the front hall right away. Says he's coming down for inspection.
Inspection?
I don't see no call for that. He looked fine to me.
Oh, the family will be here directly.
What is that?
Oh, that's Cousin Bessie.
Cousin Bessie.
Yeah, ain't she a doozy? Why, she can hang on with one hand and dust with three.
She is indeed a doozy. Mrs. Drysdale know about her?
Oh, sure.
Uncle Jed will be here in a minute, and Granny's fixing your tea.
Young man, kindly remove your cousin from the chandelier.
Oh, heck, Bessie ain't my cousin.
Really?
Heck no, she's Skipper's.
Hey, would you like to meet Skipper?
Not until I've had my tea. Perhaps not even then.
Well, everybody getting acquainted, I hope. Mr. Pinckney, we want you to think of yourself as one of the family.
What a nauseating suggestion.
Yeah, shucks, that's the kind of folks we are.
Yes.
Here's your tea, and I made you a nice possum sandwich to go with it.
A what?
A possum sandwich. It ain't good to drink senna tea unless you eat something with it. Of course, I cut it with the sassafras, dandelion, and horse mint.
Put down that tray and line up for inspection.
Well, Mr. Pinckney, like I said to Granny, ain't no call to inspect you. We can see you're a man of quality.
I am going to inspect you. Now line up over there.
Now, hold on, Arthur.
You are never to address me as Arthur. Only as Mr. Pinckney, sir.
I ain't no sir.
Yeah. I wouldn't fault him for that. Maybe he don't see so good. He's lost half his glasses.
Well, he better take to talking nicer. I'm gonna up his rent.
Over here. Step lively.
I've just raised him to $1.25 a day.
Well, Mr. Pinckney, if it pleasures you, inspect away.
First of all, you must take off those clothes.
Why, you...
Handle this, Granny. Mr. Pinckney, I don't know how you folks does your inspecting across the ocean, but I reckon we'll keep our clothes on.
I wasn't suggesting you should take them off here and now. I meant that you should change into your serving apparel.
Our what?
Surely Mrs. Drysdale doesn't approve the clothes you're wearing.
I'll say she don't.
Ain't much about us Miss Drysdale does approve.
Why does she allow you to remain here?
Oh, she tried to get generous, but Mr. Drysdale won't let her.
Mr. Drysdale's right fond of us.
You mean fond of the money.
Speaking of money, how much do you get here?
I'm glad you brought that up. It started out being $1 a day, but you being such a smart mouth...
Granny, Mr. Pinckney, it's still $1 a day, and we're glad to get it.
Only $1 a day? That explains a few things. Where is Mr. Drysdale?
Down to the Commerce Bank. You want me to drive you?
No, that won't be necessary. You may resume your duties.
Surely I didn't hear you right.
I said, sir, that your domestic staff was the most deplorable I've ever encountered.
I heard him right.
Pinckney, by your English standards, they may be lacking. But by our standards, they are excellent servants.
Yes, excellent.
King George was right. You colonials are not ready for independence.
All right. So there's room for improvement. That's why my wife hired you.
Yes, what would you suggest, Pinckney?
I should like to attire them in proper uniforms, pay them a proper salary, and instruct them in the proper performance of their domestic duties.
All right. You've got carte blanche. But I'd better see some improvement for my money.
I guarantee it, sir. With one exception.
Who's that?
Bessie. There is very little that even I can do for her.
Bessie?
You know something, Ellie? I like these new clothes Mr. Pinckney brung us.
Me too, Jethro. But Paul sure ain't happy with his. He won't come out of his room.
Granny will get him out.
Come on, Jed. Mr. Pinckney says if we wear these outfits, he'll pay us $50 a week.
I'm sorry, Granny, but if this is what a footman wears, I ain't walking.
Oh, please, Jed. Just long enough for inspection. Do it for me. Come on.
Well, all right. Just for inspection.
You look handsome, Jed. A real handsome footman.
I look like a darn fool.
Oh, stop complaining. Leastways, you don't have to wear one of these dunce caps.
Won't this thing go any faster?
Calm down, Chief. We're not certain that Pinckney is at the Clampetts.
Who else would he be? My wife said he hasn't shown up at our house, and she said the only Bessie she knows is Ellie Mae's chimp.
Surely he doesn't think the Clampetts are your servants.
Well, if he does, I'll have your neck.
Why mine?
Because I'll need it. My wife's going to have mine.
Chief, that is unfair.
It's the American way. Pass the buck.
Line up for inspection, everybody. Mr. Pinckney says he'll be right in.
Yeah, no, stop that.
That tears that I'm getting out of these crazy duds.
Please, Jed. Just until Mr. Pinckney sees you, he's paying me $50 a week.
And he's the only boarder that Granny's got.
Yeah, and if he leaves, Who's gonna eat them 30 gallons of crawdad gumbo I made?
And them 8 gallons of buttermilk I churned.
And the 3 kettles of grits and fatback and all the other riddles.
I will.
Line up for inspection.
Quiet! Stand at attention. Yes. This moustache comes off.
Oh, sir, it's growed on.
Then shave it off.
I'd rather not.
I order you to shave it off.
I don't believe I will. I kind of like it.
We do too.
Now hear this, all of you. I have committed myself to the challenging task of shaping you into a proper staff. And I shall not flag or fail. I shall fight you in the drawing room. I shall fight you in the bedchambers. I shall fight you in the kitchen. And I shall so bear myself that if Arthur Pinckney and his fame last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was his finest hour. Footman, open that door.
Mister, if you think I'm going to let anybody see me in this get-up, you got another thing coming.
I've issued an order.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Pa, don't put cotton to folks laying hands on him.
You best let go of him, or that fighting you were talking about is going to commence right here in the hall.
Come in.
Woo! I was right. It's a snafu.
Drysdale, sir, I need more time. Progress has been made, but I have a long way to go.
You certainly have. All the way back to London.
I beg your pardon, sir.
He ain't going back to London. I grant you he's a bit bossy, but he pays me well and he's my only boarder.
Order. Why, this man...
Chief, I must speak to you alone for a moment. Most urgent. Excuse me.
What is it?
A brilliant inspiration. Pinckney must remain with the Clampetts.
We've tried that. They won't take servants.
Under the guise of a boarder, they will. Pinckney can teach them the social graces. A golden opportunity.
I suppose I'll have to pay him a lot of money.
It's worth it.
Mr. Drysdale, you'd best come help Mr. Pinckney.
What happened?
Well, Pa went upstairs to change his clothes, and Mr. Pinckney tried to stop him. Well, I think you'd best go and help him.
Pinckney? Pinckney!
Up here, sir.
How did you get up there?
Mr. Clampett hung me here, sir.
Hey, Uncle Jed, I found out why Granny ain't getting no more boarders.
You did?
Yes, sir. Somebody went and stole every single one of them signs we put up. I'll quit go paint some more.
I just soon you didn't right off. Leastways, not until Mr. Pinckney leaves. I don't think I could abide another boarder like him.
He sure has changed, he. Polite as you please now. Always trying to help.
About to help me right out of my mind. Every time you turn around, there he is.
Mr. Clampett, you shouldn't be doing that, sir. It's time to dress for dinner, sir. You too, Master Jethro.
Where's dressed?
Hardly appropriately, sir. I've taken the liberty of providing you both with dinner clothes.
I just soon eat in these.
Me too.
Oh, please, sir. It means a very great deal to me. More than I can tell you.
All right.
Oh, thank you, sir. And you're setting a fine example for young Master Jethro. Oh. It looks as if I've come just in time, sir. I will dress you, sir.
You what?
Dress you, sir.
No, I wouldn't bet on that.
But you need my help, sir.
I've been dressing myself for a lot of years, and I aim to keep right on doing it.
But I insist, sir.
Mr. Pinckney, you want to dress me, you got to shoot me and skin me first.
Oh, yes. Well, now, let's get on with it.
Chief, in all fairness, Pinckney has hardly had time to get results.
The money I'm paying him, he's had time.
Of course, Pinckney is just a cultural beachhead. Once he's established, we can infiltrate the Clampetts with cooks, maids, tutors.
Howdy, Miss Jane. Mr. Drysdale.
Jethro, how handsome you look.
Why, thank you. These here's what you call dinner clothes.
By golly, results already.
Mr. Pinckney is helping Uncle Jed into his.
I'd like to congratulate Pinckney. Where is he?
Up here, sir. I've been hung up again, sir.
Arthur Pinckney to see you, Chief.
Pinckney. The incomparable Pinckney. How are things at the Clampetts?
Mr. Drysdale, sir, in my 40 years as a butler, I have served in some unique households and run athwart some bizarre families. But the Clampetts, sir, if I may use one of their own curious expressions, take the rag off the bush.
Well, now, I warned you that it wouldn't exactly be smooth sailing.
To be precise, sir, you said you could only promise me blood, sweat, tears, and money.
Right.
I've had the blood, sweat, and tears. Now I should like the money.
You're leaving the Clampetts?
I'm leaving the country.
But you've got to stay with them. You're our cultural beachhead.
Consider me another Dunkirk.
Pinckney, suppose you tell us exactly what happened.
Must I?
It will help you to talk about it.
Yes, perhaps you tried to force too much culture upon them too soon.
On the contrary, sir, I started off in a very light vein. Fun and games, as it were.
Good.
I told them their lawn was ideal for cricket and suggested a match. And to my delight, they responded with a great deal of enthusiasm. Well, here we are. Of course, a regulation cricket match has 22 contestants. The field is somewhat larger. But the important thing here is what we can learn from cricket.
What's that, Mr. Pinckney?
To compete fiercely, to win modestly, and above all, to lose gracefully. In other words, good sportsmanship.
That sounds good to me.
And why are you wearing them big gloves and that thick padding, Mr. Pinckney?
And carrying that big stick.
This is a cricket bat, and I'm wearing the padding and the gloves as a protection when I do the catching. But I'll explain it as I go along.
Are we ready to start the cricket match?
Yes. Of course, back in England, ladies don't usually participate. We consider it a bit dangerous.
I ain't scared.
Me neither.
Well, then let's get on with the cricket match.
Here's mine. Here's mine.
Here's mine. Hold on, Mr. Pinckney ain't had a chance to catch it yet.
Go ahead, Mr. Pinckney.
Yeah, there's some dandy ones over there by the hedge. Good chirpers, too.
Yeah, but you won't need those gloves and padding.
You won't need that club. Our crickets ain't a bit mean.
This here's about as big as they get over here. Don't you try to get away. You just may be a winner.
Ain't you gonna catch you one, Mr. Pinckney?
Yeah, and then we can go to matching crickets.
I got mine, but I ain't gonna show it until you get yours.
I've changed my mind. I do not wish to play.
I'll be doggone. For a fellow that made so much of being a good loser, he sure took it poorly.
Get a grip on yourself.
Yes, they just don't understand British games.
Quite so. I then turned my attention to improving their wardrobe.
Excellent. Clothes make the man.
Yes. But this time I decided to split their ranks, so to speak.
Excellent. Divide and conquer.
Yes. I resolved to concentrate on the young people first.
Excellent. The greener limbs are easier bent.
Might we do away with the platitudes?
I beg your pardon?
Granted. Well, first I must say, my wardrobe innovations met with dazzling success. Oh, yes. Quite marvelous, really. Do you like to ride, Mistress Ellie?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Have you ever ridden to hounds?
Well, we only got one hound around right now. Our old brown hound Duke.
Now, before we progress sartorially, let us pause for a brief lesson in English pronunciation. Let me hear you say, brown hound.
Brown hound.
Yes, now, listen carefully and repeat after me. The brown hound sleeps soundly on the ground.
Brown hound sleeps soundly on the ground.
Now, listen again and say it exactly as I do. The brown hound sleeps soundly on the ground.
The brown hound sleeps soundly on the ground.
I think she's got it. By George, she's got it.
What you got, Mr. Pinckney?
Say it for your father.
Well, he already knows it.
Knows what?
Oh, about the brown hound sleeping soundly on the ground.
Oh, yeah, I do, Mr. Pinckney, but you can't hardly blame old Duke. He's getting along in years, and it kind of warms his bones to lay out in the sun.
Might I have a spot of tea?
Yes, of course. What would you like with it?
A ticket to London.
Ah, now, Pinckney, don't run out on us.
Where is that vaunted British courage?
Where is that British tenacity?
That British spirit?
Show it to us, Pinckney.
Very well, make it 3 tickets to London. Rather decent tea, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I really must be on my way back to England.
Oh, please don't go.
Those hillbillies need you.
To paraphrase your great leader, never in the field of cultural endeavor have so few known so little about so much.
Sorry. Here is my account, sir. I've made it an even £1,000.
Are you out of your tea-drinking mind? That's almost $3,000.
You were only with the club. It's a day and a night.
Yes, they gave you a lovely room and fed you.
Fed me? Sir, have you ever partaken of the curious substances which Granny so quaintly calls victuals?
She does cook up some rather strange dishes.
I have eaten in the jungles of Africa. I have shared the peculiar bill of fare of the Australian bushman, Berber tribesmen, and Tibetan goat herds. But for pure culinary improbability, none approaches the loathsome cuisine proffered me by those hillbillies.
It's time to get washed up for supper, Mr. Pinckney.
May I assist you, madam?
You may not. Around here, we wash ourselves.
I mean, may I assist you in serving the meal?
Of course not. You're a boarder.
Ah, yes, I tend to forget. Would you allow me to select the proper wines to accompany our first meal?
Howdy, folks. How soon we having victuals, Granny?
Pretty soon now. Mr. Pinckney here wants to have some wine.
I reckon he's old enough.
If you tell me what we're having, I'll choose a wine for each course.
Well, we'll commence with soup.
Oh, good. Vichyssoise, turtle, consommé.
Catfish. I simmer it in a good, hearty tadpole stock.
Tadpole, madam?
Now, don't try to find out how she makes it. Granny don't give away her cooking secrets to strangers.
Then we'll have some possum shanks with gopher gravy, collard greens, grits, deviled hawk eggs, little bite-sized owl burgers, and for dessert, candied crawdads.
She's really putting it on for you. We ain't had a meal like that in weeks.
How fortunate.
Yes, you are.
Well, Mr. Pinckney, what kind of wine do you want with that?
I think the only appropriate beverage would be a large tumbler of hemlock. What a gastronomic nightmare.
Culinary reform should be part of your cultural improvement program.
Oh, never mind that. I want to know what this $3,000 is for.
That includes the cost of my luggage and automobile, both of which were impounded by the hillbillies.
Why?
You insisted I pose as a lodger.
We couldn't tell them you were a butler. They're opposed to the idea of servants.
In their case, so am I.
Tell us what happened.
Well, after a night of terror, during which my bedchamber was overrun with raccoons, possums, monkeys, and other weird vertebrates, I attempted, under cover of dawn this morning, to evacuate our cultural beachhead.
cut across, Jethro.
What's the matter, Granny?
Mr. Pinckney skipped out on his rent and taken our chickens with him.
He didn't get far, Granny. Huh, Jethro caught him.
Fetch him back!
This is most ignominious.
Might as well turn off your engine, Mr. Pinckney. You ain't going no place.
What shall we do with him, Granny?
Don't know yet, but I'll figure something.
Well, figure fast, will you? This car's getting a mite heavy.
As a punishment for my attempted escape, Granny put me to work making moonbeams.
Making moonbeams?
Moonlight?
Moonshine?
Yes, that's it. An ingenious distillation apparatus, something called a still.
Well, how did you get away?
For my guard, a large hound by the name of Duke became intoxicated by inhaling the fumes. While the brown hound slept soundly on the ground, I escaped.
Hey, Jethro, how about taking me riding in Mr. Pinckney's car?
Can't, Ellie. Granny says no driving at the house.
Still here, Granny.
Well, as long as he's gone, put it back outside.
Yeah, grab it in, Jethro. Reckon we'll have to tip it sideways again to get it through the door.
Then I want you to start painting me some new boarding house signs.
Just like the old ones?
Not quite. I'm making a few changes.
Mr. Drysdale, sir, you're wasting your time. Once I retrieve my luggage and my motor car, I intend to put Beverly Hills far behind me.
Now, if you'll stay a week, I'll raise my offer to $500.
You Americans amuse me. You think money can buy anything.
$750.
Sir, there are some things that cannot be bought at any price.
$1,000.
Fortunately, I am not one of them.
Chief, look! Granny's boarding house.
Cash in advance.
Pay now.
No credit.
No pay, no stay.
Bring money.
Chicken thieves ain't welcome.
Pinckney, you hop out and take those signs down. Miss Hathaway and I'll go on up to the house and pave the way for you to move back in.
Very good, sir.
Get your hands up in the air, you rent-skipping, chicken-snatching, sign-stealing sidewinder!
Now, just a moment, madam.
I said get your hands in the air and march up to the house.
I refuse to be intimidated.
Now, march!
Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left.
Get today, no. Did you? Yeah, he tried to.
All right, quieten down, everybody. Let's get this trial going.
They don't need a trial. He's a chicken thief. I caught him red-handed.
Sit down, Granny. Code of the Hill says everybody gets a fair hearing.
This is outrageous, placing me at the mercy of a kangaroo court.
Relax. Here's a tranquilizer for you.
All right. Y'all ready to start this trial?
Yes, sir. Are you ready, chicken thief?
This may set Anglo-Saxon jurisprudence back 1,000 years.
Don't worry, Pinckney. This is all playing right into our hands. Wait and see.
All right, let's hear what all's being held against this fella.
It is held against this fella that he skipped out on his rent, stole Ellie Mae's chicken, tried to steal Granny's boarding house signs, and got a 15-year-old falling down drunk.
I object. What 15-year-old?
That there hound dog, Duke.
And Perkner blowed up my still. Ran off and left the fire burning.
Wait, Granny, that ain't road don't count. Now, we heard Granny's side. Let's hear Mr. Pinckney's side.
Your Honor, Judge Clampett.
Now, Mr. Drysdale, strictly speaking, I ain't a judge. I'm just here to see that this trial is kept fair and square and to keep Granny from shooting that rent-skipping, sign-stealing chicken thief.
Your Honor, that is, Mr. Clampett, the defendant, Arthur Pinckney, has decided to plead guilty as charged.
Jim, turn him loose. Give him a 200-foot start. I'll load my shotgun with rock salt and bacon rind and season his hindquarters for him.
Your Honor, Mr. Clampett, I didn't finish. As his punishment, Mr. Pinckney would like to suggest that he be sentenced to a week at hard labor here in your home.
Nothing doing. We don't want his kind around.
Sit down, Granny. That ain't for you to decide. I think, in fairness, we ought to remember the good thing Mr. Pinckney's done.
Like what?
Well, like bringing us them fine new clothes.
Probably stole them.
May I address the court?
Sure, speak right up.
I would like to say that I know Mr. Arthur Pinckney to be a man of good character, and I will vouch for him.
I, too, know Arthur Pinckney, and he is a man of unimpeachable integrity, impeccable demeanor, and irrefutable probity. Thank you.
Well, that's one for and one against.
Sir, Your Honor, may the defendant speak?
Hop to it.
Sir, I won't go into all the reasons why I want to spend a week here, but suffice it to say, there are 1,000 of them.
Keep talking, Mr. Pinckney.
I do hope you say yes, sir. I can be very useful, really. I can do the shopping and the serving and the cleaning and the tutoring, and I can be everything from chef to chauffeur.
It's a deal.
Granny, this is what you call riding in style.
It sure is. Too bad Jethro and Ellie Mae couldn't come with us.
Well, quick as we get 2 more riding suits like this, we can all go together. You look nice, Mr. Pinckney.
Thank you, sir. Where to, sir?
All right, down to the middle of town.
Yeah, Wilshire Boulevard.
Clampett, sir, may I ask you a question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Is this the only motor vehicle you have?
Yep.
Would you like to have another one, sir?
Oh, I guess not, Mr. Pinckney. Besides, I don't know where you'd get another one like this.
I'll tell you someplace you can stop. The supermarket. I want to pick up some sow belly to go with my dandelion greens for supper tonight.
Madam, may I do your shopping for you?
Do you know good sow belly when you see it?
I have something else in mind. I'd like to prepare for you a gourmet dinner.
What do you reckon a gourmet is?
I don't know, but if he fries it good in lard, I reckon we can eat it. All right, Mr. Pinckney, you can cook victuals tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Do Granny good to get out of the kitchen for a change.
We shall all profit, sir. Now make yourselves comfy. I shall serve the coffee and the dessert here in the drawing room. May I ask how you've enjoyed the meal so far? The turtle soup, the lobster thermidor?
It's dandy.
Fine. Finger licking good.
Oh, thank you.
Hope that soup we throwed out the window don't kill the flowers.
How could anybody eat soup made out of turtles?
Beautiful.
And that thing he called Welsh rabbit. Didn't have no rabbit in it at all. Just a lot of doggone melted cheese.
Wasn't too bad after Granny dumped the grits in it.
What was it he called that big crawdad?
That was lobster thermidor.
That didn't taste bad neither, once we poured hot gopher gravy over it.
You don't suppose Mr. Pinckney caught on to yet?
Shucks, no. He had it pretty near pitch dark in there. Nothing burning but candles. Yonder he comes.
The pièce de résistance. Crepe Suzette's.
nothing but pancakes.
There he goes again.
He's sure fond of the dark. What's he fixing to do now? He's lit another fire.
Be careful, he's gonna burn this house down.
Regular firebug.
If that rascal ever does any cooking out in the woods, he's gonna... Uh-oh. I was afraid of that.
He set the pancakes on fire!
Don't nobody panic!
There will be a slight delay in serving the dessert.
Sure hope Miss Drysdale's gonna like this crawdad gumbo.
She's bound to, Granny. It's a dandy New Year's present.
Well, I got Granny to take a peace offering over to Miss Drysdale. I got Ellie to go along and see they don't scrap.
Good idea.
I'm bound and determined we're going to start off the new year being friends, but... You having another breakfast?
No, sir. This is the same one I was eating when you left. Just run out of milk.
Oh, you put away victuals like they're going out of style.
Shucks, fella gets hungry spooning half the night.
Spooning half the night? You?
Well, not just me. There was a girl, too.
Good. Well, maybe you better tell me more about it.
You've been saying as how we got to start the new year friends with Mrs. Drysdale. So, I've been spooning with her maid.
How's that going to make us friends with Miss Drysdale?
Well, I ain't sure that it is. But anything that much fun is worth trying.
I'll settle for that.
Boy, she sure is pretty. Kind of dumb, but awful pretty.
Kind of dumb, huh?
Yeah, like we was standing at the front door saying goodnight. Hugging, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, after we hugged a while, she says, Jethro, she says, there's a dandy big sofa in the front hall. Would you like to go in and sit down? And I says, no thanks.
You says no?
No thanks.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're polite about it.
Well, then we hugged some. Then we kissed some. And then she says, Jethro, she says, that's an awful nice sofa. You sure you wouldn't like to go in and sit down? I says, no thanks. So then we went to hugging, kissing.
Jethro, why didn't you go in and sit on the sofa?
Heck, fire, Uncle Jed. I wanted to stay out there with her.
Someday I gotta have a long talk with you.
What about?
Politics?
Oh, don't bother, Uncle Jed. I done decided to be a brain surgeon.
Too bad. Country's lost a great leader.
Oh, Miss Drysdale's in the hospital.
Doggone it, Granny promised me she wouldn't wallop her.
Well, Granny didn't wallop her. She's in the hospital for something else. Granny's finding out what.
Ellie Mae, why in the world are you wearing them raggedy old clothes?
Well, you said you didn't want me wearing them tight pants no more.
What you got against wearing dresses?
Well, they's awfully unhandy in climbing trees and chasing Johnny across Miss Drysdale's roof.
Who in a jumping blue blazes is Johnny, and what's he doing on Miss Drysdale's roof?
Quick, Jed! Get your gun and bear is after me!
Bear?
Chase me all the way from Miss Drysdale's!
Shame on you, Johnny.
Uh-oh, Ellie's been to the zoo again.
Ain't he cute? The critter doctor over to the zoo, letting me keep him till he's weaned.
Ellie Mae, you get him out of here.
Yeah, you ain't gonna wean him on me!
No, Johnny, you'll have to eat outside.
Well, Granny, did you find out why Miss Drysdale's in the hospital?
Bad case of nerves.
Oh, I wonder what brought that on.
I don't know. But I'm gonna whomp up my special nerve tonic and take it to her.
But have a heart. This room costs $75 a day.
Wait until you get the bill for the specialist who is flying out from New York.
Mom, but that's cruel.
Yes, I'm striking you at your one sensitive spot, your wallet.
Sweetie, the clampers aren't at all...
It is my New Year's resolution not to return home until you have rid the neighborhood of those untouchables. Come in.
Dr. Stuyvesant has arrived.
Good day. I got here as quickly as I could.
Oh, Doctor, what a shame you had to fly out from New York.
Well, actually, I didn't. I was vacationing when I got the call.
Oh, good.
I flew directly from the Riviera. now let's have a look at our patient and see what we can do for those nerves.
All right, Ellie. Have you got the dried beetles?
Yes, sir.
How about the bat wings and the spider legs?
Right here.
Fine. Now we can commence to start making Mrs. Drysdale's nerve-soothing tonic. I'll start with my rheumatism medicine first. That always gets things a-going. Well, it's pretty near New Year's. Ready? Set? Go! Platoon rope! Snake boy! Dog bane! Coal oil! Spoon! Sassafras bark. Angle dust. Red bitters. Black bitters. Wahoo bark. Turpentine. Tongs. Stand back, child. I'm fixing to drop in my tonic starter.
How's your tonic coming, Granny?
Best batch I ever made. Has pretty near 4 feet of lid lift.
And Granny ain't even put in her dried beetles, bat wings, and her spider legs.
Dog, is this ought to quieten Miss Drysdale's nerves?
How is she, Doctor? Nothing wrong, I hope?
Mr. Drysdale, your wife is as sound as a dollar.
Oh, no. That sick? I see. You mean she's all right. I'm a banker, aware of inflation and all that. I'll drive you to the airport, and we'll discuss your fee on the way. This has been a very bad year for bankers.
Mr. Drysdale, there is nothing wrong with your wife physically, but she is in a state of great emotional distress.
Well, aren't we all?
Financial reverses, taxes, bad investment.
Her condition has nothing to do with money.
Well, then it can't be serious.
Your wife has a very definite psychoneurotic anxiety syndrome stemming from her conflict with your next-door neighbors. And I feel some cathartic discourse might be efficacious.
Boy, that sounds expensive.
Drysdale, your office is on the telephone. Dr. Stuyvesant, Mrs. Drysdale is calling for you.
All right, let her get it off her chest.
All right, get a move on, everybody. Time's a-wasting. Gotta get down to the hospital.
Hey, Uncle Jed! See what I picked? Ain't they pretty?
Sure are. I was uncommon thoughtful of you, Jethro. I'm right proud of you.
But thank you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take these next door and steal a kiss.
Hold on. Didn't you pick them for Miss Drysdale?
Heck no. These is for the maid.
You pick some more for the maid. You give those to Miss Drysdale.
All right, but I ain't gonna kiss her.
That's fair enough. Get on the subject.
I'm ready to go, Jed.
You got your tonic?
Right in here. Uh-oh.
Like a bottle of the Mite Green.
I best put it back in the clock and let it work some more.
You best hurry.
You see, Pa? I told you dresses wasn't no good for climbing trees or chasing that bear across Miss Drysdale's roof.
Hey!
What was that?
Something tells me Granny didn't make it.
You're right, kid. I bottled it of Mite Greens, but I got plenty more aging in the clock.
While you women folks is doing what you have to, Jethro and I'll take a ride over to the hospital and talk to Miss Drysdale. You'll cheer her up considerable just to know help's on the way. Let her roll, Jethro.
You pushed your call button, Mrs. Drysdale?
I did, nurse.
Right away, Doctor.
And now then, Mrs. Drysdale, let's get back to that beautiful Clampett Castle with the chickens and the hogs.
And the possums and the raccoons and that dreadful creature that runs across my roof at night, its claws clicking.
Oh? But what do you suppose that could be?
My husband doesn't believe me, but I think it's a bear.
A bear.
Yes. Oh, that's nothing. Their goat once ate my hat while driving down Wilshire Boulevard.
The goat was driving down Wilshire Boulevard?
No, Jethro. You see, they'd insisted on driving me to the bank, and Ellie thrust this baby goat in my arms.
And it ate your hat?
No, her mother ate my hat.
Ellie's mother?
No, the goat's mother. It was riding on the truck with me.
Truck?
Right through the middle of Beverly Hills.
Get out of the way! One side, everybody! Get out of the way!
Please, please.
We're doing the best we can, Miss Drysdale. That's ridiculous, Miss Drysdale, making noise like a siren.
Oh, my friends saw me. It was so humiliating.
Ah, yes. Thank you, nurse. Here we are. You drink it right down. It'll calm your nerves.
Good.
And you're going to have a nice sleep. When you wake up, you'll have some new dreams to tell me.
I haven't been telling you dreams.
Oh, of course you haven't.
Come with me and I'll show you a...
No, I don't think you're quite ready to leave the hospital.
Oh, nonsense. I'm only here so my husband will listen to me.
That's my job. I like listening to you. That's it. Now, I don't want to hear any more talk about leaving the hospital. We're your friends here. We're going to protect you from those millionaire savages who live in that gingerbread castle with the goats and bears and those other creatures. See that Mrs. Drysdale isn't disturbed, and let me have her chart, please.
We can get in this way, Uncle Jet.
Reckon we'll have to, the way they chased us off downstairs.
This is it, Uncle Jet. Mrs. Drysdale's name is right on the door.
Kind of gloomy in here.
Sure is.
Appears like Miss Drysdale's asleep.
Miss Drysdale, you asleep?
Ithram, find some place to put the flowers. I'll see if I can cheerful it up in here for when she wakes up. Nice view. I'll open the window.
Let's move her bed over there.
Good idea. Yeah, that's a ticket.
Hey, Uncle Jet, what do you reckon these buttons are for?
Leave them alone, Jethro. Let's go.
Should we go fetch Granny and Ellie now?
Yep, and the nerve tonic. We'll have Miss Drysdale out of this hospital in no time.
Now, we're not going going to try and escape again, are we?
But I didn't escape.
I know, but you mustn't even try. It's dangerous to jump out a window, even if you have a nice, soft mattress to land on.
But I didn't jump out a window.
Well, then how did you get out there in those bushes?
I don't know. Unless the hillbillies did it.
Oh? Are they here now in the hospital?
Yes. I saw two of them leering at me. And the next thing I remember, I was flying through the air.
On your magic mattress?
No! Oh, I don't know. I just want to lie down.
Yes, of course.
The bed is ready, Doctor.
Well, fine.
Here you are, Doctor.
Oh, thank you. This should keep her in her room for a while.
Handle it gentle, Jed.
I will.
Is it behaving?
Don't hear a peep out of it.
Does it take long to get to that hospital?
No, but it takes some doing to get to Mrs. Drysdale's room. You got to go up what they call a fire escape.
How come?
They won't let you pass the first floor.
Funny thing, too, when I said that we'd come to see Miss Drysdale, this woman said, Miss Drysdale ain't having no visitors. So I said, I reckon she's lonely. I'm glad we come.
And she still wouldn't let us in.
That's a fact. She made us feel about as welcome as a muddy dog at a church wedding.
Let's go.
What's that for?
Miss Drysdale, Granny says it's right soothing to have a critter to pet.
I had in mind a pussycat. That raccoon seems a mite skittish.
Oh, she'll be all right once she gets in bed with Miss Drysdale.
Hello, Jethro.
How's your skydiver? I don't think she'll jump any more today. I don't think she'll wake up any more today. Boy, is her husband a cheapskate. Look at these flowers he's there.
Way that woman downstairs mean-mouthed us was plumb disgraceful, and me a doctor, too.
Didn't even cut no mustard when I told her that I was pretty near a brain surgeon.
Yeah, and the way she cut loose on poor Helen got her all skittish.
She looked at us like we was a bunch of nuts.
I reckon in a hospital, you got to be careful to keep out the wrong kind of people.
So?
So she made a mistake.
Kind of dark in here.
They got it gloomed up again, Uncle Jet.
Well, we know how to fix that.
Somebody stole my flowers.
Now you see why they got to try to keep out the wrong kind of people.
I got your nerve medicine, Miss Drysdale. Make you sleep real good.
Appears like she's sleeping real good right now.
Wake her up, Ellie, so I can give her my medicine.
Don't make a whole heap of sense, Granny.
Who's the doctor around here, you or me?
Wake her up, Ellie.
Miss Drysdale? Miss Drysdale?
Appears like she's sleeping too good to tonic.
Yeah, I reckon. Well, we can always come back later.
Granny, you gonna leave your medicine here?
Of course not. It takes a first-class doctor to give that. And you ain't likely to find one of them in a hospital.
Let's move her bed up alongside the window again, Jethro, so she'll have something cheerful to look at when she wakes up.
Well, I sure wish I knew what these here buttons were for.
Leave him alone, boy.
We gotta do everything we can to get her out of here.
We will, Granny.
Mrs. Drysdale, you promised you wouldn't jump out the window again.
I didn't.
Yes, you did, and I'm very upset with you.
So am I, Margaret. They're billing me for all those bushes you keep flattening.
Listen to me. The hillbillies are here
Again?
with a raccoon.
Oh, really, Margaret?
Now, don't you worry. There's something on the way that will make those nasty old hillbillies disappear.
Her bed is ready, Doctor.
Fine. I want restrainers on her this time.
Yes. Here you are, Doctor.
If she gets out after this, she really has got a magic mattress.
Miss Drysdale ought to be awake by now.
Yeah, let's get back to the hospital.
I declare, sleeping sounder than ever.
Jethro, quit playing with the buttons and come on.
Wait a minute. It ain't fitting for no doctor to climb down a fire escape. I'm using the stairs.
Here. What are you doing on this floor?
We come to see Miss Drysdale.
Mrs. Drysdale's not allowed to have visitors.
Nor fresh air, nor sunshine neither. What kind of a hospital are you running here?
Now, Granny.
You must all leave immediately.
Don't you sass me, I'm a doctor.
Put her down, Granny.
I have half a mind to take Miss Drysdale out of here.
Well, Granny, I reckon that'll learn you not to lose your temper.
Well, tarnation, Jed. Who'd have thought they'd take it out on poor, sick Miss Drysdale?
Well, they did. They chucked her right out the window into the bushes.
Looky, she's still sleeping.
Let's get her upstairs.
Maybe it all happened for the best, Jed. She'll get better a heap quicker here than she would at that hospital with them spiteful nurses.
Hello, Jethro. Phone in the kitchen.
Well, you'll get it. Now sit still. This here is the tricky part.
Huh? Oh, there's a telephone call for you, all the way from Luke Short's general store back home.
Is Luke on the phone?
No, sir, but the widow Polk is.
Uh-oh. She'll be wanting to know if we seen her boy. Wish we had good news for her.
That ain't no account, young, and I wish he would show up. I'd hickory stick him good.
Granny, you mean Johnny Polk that used to play the guitar and sing?
Don't call what he done singing. A bullfrog makes the same noise and you can eat his legs. Lazy, shiftless, no account. That's Johnny Polk. Let his ma work her fingers to the bone for him and ain't hardly wrote to her in 2 years. Sit down, I'll cut your hair.
Oh, I don't need a haircut, Granny.
I'll decide when you need a haircut. Now sit down. That's the trouble with the young'uns today. You give them everything fine, and what do you get for it? A lot of back talk. All spoiled rotten, that's what you are.
Granny? Widow Polk thinks her boy's coming in on a train today. Is Jethro around?
He's cutting wood. I'll fetch him. Get up from there. You don't need a haircut. Spoiled rotten. All of you. That's what you are. Gimme, gimme, gimme. That's all you know.
Boy, Granny sure is in a tizzy over Johnny Polk.
Yeah, just the mention of his name sets her off. And when she's going, she can build a barn out of a berry box.
Nothing but trouble with that Johnny Polk around here. Jethro will get to be just like him. Them two always was thick as cold molasses. First thing you know, Jethro will quit writing to his ma. He'll go to loafing all day, scrapping with Ellie, smart-mouthing his Uncle Jed, and backsassing me. Sass me, will you?
Jethro and me will drive down to the freight yards. I reckon Johnny will be riding in on the rods or empty boxcar.
You know, Paul, I'll be real glad to see old Johnny Polk again. Me and him used to have some dandy wrestling matches.
Well, I don't believe I'd wrestle with him on this trip. He's growed a lot since them days.
Well, I'll bet you I can still whoop him.
And I bet you he'd let you. But you're a young lady now. I want you to act like one and look like one. Go put on a dress.
Well, Johnny wouldn't even know me with the dress on.
Well, I'll introduce you. Now, scoot.
Hey, Uncle Jed, what is Granny so steamed up about?
I'll tell you on the way down to the freight yards. Come on.
And let me tell you what happened. I was outside chopping wood to beat the band, and I bent over to pick up the last stick of wood just like this.
Write your Ma.
I write Ma once a week.
And write her twice a week.
That's a good idea. Come on, let's go.
Hey, fire, Uncle Jed. I ain't got that much to tell her.
You quit smart mouthing your Uncle Jed.
I ain't smart-mouthed Uncle Jed.
Now he's sassing me. See what that Johnny Polk has done, and he ain't even here yet.
Is Johnny Polk coming here?
If we don't get out of here, come on, let's go.
I ain't done talking to him yet. Somebody's got to set him straight.
Well, I ain't done nothing.
He's sassing me again.
You give Jethro a good talking to. I'll wait for him outside.
That's better. Sit down. When I say sit, you sit.
Let her blow off a little steam. I'll see you out front.
Declare I don't know what the young'uns of today are coming to. Back talking, sassing their elders. Riding them surfboards down the freeway. Going to the beach, having them bikini roasts. You sit still when I'm talking to you. See what I mean? No respect. That's today's young'uns. Back sassing young whelps. No more manners than a hound dog puppy. I say they ought to be learnt a lesson. Showed what kind of ornery whelps they are. They ought to be punished. Jethro. Jethro. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. Oh, Jethro.
I'm a dragster's whale, I'm a rocket's tail, I'm a bargain sail, have a great big helping of me. I'm a whaling fool, I'm the end of school. Let's play it cool.
There you go, kid.
Thank you, Johnny. You're the greatest.
Ain't that the truth? Keep the line moving.
My mother and I got on the train in Salt Lake City, but it's taken all this time to get back here to your car.
Crazy. Keep the line moving.
I'm president of your Omaha fan club.
Like, wow.
We took up a collection so I could come out and see you at the Hollywood Bowl.
You got a ticket?
No, not yet.
Here you go.
Johnny! Hey.
That'll be $5.
All right, girls. The train's coming into Los Angeles. Everybody out.
Oh, no!
Now you can see Johnny at the Hollywood Bowl. Now, come on, back to your own cars. Your parents are probably looking for you.
And keep buying my records, you hear? And them Johnny Poke guitars, and Johnny Poke sweatshirts, and Johnny Poke charm bracelets, and anything else got my name on it.
Okay, Johnny, time to get into the old clothes.
Oh, man, I don't want to do that freight yard bit again.
Listen, you got 10,000 screaming teenagers waiting for you at the L.A. station.
I'll let them have a thrill. I kind of like them girls grabbing at me.
I bet. And I've got a contract to deliver you to the Hollywood Bowl in one piece. Now, you do as I tell you.
Just a minute, Mr. Manager. You are talking to Johnny Poke, the greatest singer ever to come out of the hills.
Listen, you gully jumper. You take away your echo chamber, the guy who plays the guitar for you, the 10-piece band, $250,000 worth of publicity, and my brains, and you'll be back in the hills where I found you calling hogs. Now get into those clothes. You're getting off at the freight yard as always.
You naughty puppy.
Put your cousin down.
Cousin? Never mind. Granny, you never liked a puppy in your kitchen.
Don't call him a puppy. It was me calling him one that started all this mess.
What mess?
Do as I say, child. Don't push me and don't rile me. My powers today are something fearful.
Granny, don't you want to take the little critter back to his mom?
No. I don't want Pearl to see him looking like this.
Pearl? You talking about Aunt Pearl?
Never mind now, child. Run along and leave this boy to poor old Granny. I've got a humdinger of a spell to break.
There's a tramp in this boxcar!
That's me, boy.
Sorry.
comes a boy who looks a heap like Johnny?
Yeah, that's him. Hey, Johnny! Johnny Pope! It's me, Jethro, Uncle Jan.
Jethro!
How are you, Johnny?
Hey, Mr. Clampett.
Howdy, boy.
Did you fellas just get here?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Man, it's a long ride out here, one of these things.
Yeah, it ain't the best way to travel, but when your pockets is empty, that's a good place to put your pride.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, how do you like that manage your mind? I'm making $30,000 a week traveling in a private car, and he lets me get off the train without a dime in my pocket.
You don't have to put on airs with us, Johnny. We your friends. We the home folks.
We don't care if you're busted.
Busted? Man, I'm rich. Oh, you think these are my clothes? No, I just wear these to get away from the girls. I got 50 suits on board that train. I got suits made out of gold, out of silver. Alligator, snakeskin, you name it, I got it.
What train is that, Johnny?
You mean this one?
No, man. That big silver streamliner, the Johnny Polk Special. Well, it's gone now. Just put it out.
Along with your 50 suits, huh?
Johnny, I think you're on the fever.
Well, he'll be all right as quick as he gets his belly full of Granny's grits and jowls. Come on.
Grits and jowls? Man, I don't eat nothing but steaks that thick. I got a special cook travels with me every place I go.
Is he on that silver train that run off with your silver suits?
Yeah. You see, I couldn't ride into the Los Angeles station because there's 10,000 girls there waiting for me. And they are all crazy about me.
Well, come on, Johnny.
Come on, where?
Home with us.
Now, don't you worry, Jethro. I've done whopped up some of my most powerful spell-busting powder. I'll have you back to a boy in no time. Magic powder, white as snow. Bring back the one that I love so. Eye of a newt, tail of a toad. Bust up the spell that I done sewed. Jethro, I've done everything I can. I've got to call on a higher power for help. Don't you worry. Everything's gonna be fine. I know I don't deserve it. I've been ornery and short-tempered. But if you turn that puppy dog back into Jethro, I'll mend my ways. I'll be kind and gentle, and I won't do no complaining.
You must have got into the flour. I best get you out of here before Granny sees the mess you made.
And I won't drink none of my rheumatism medicine without I got an honest-to-goodness twinge. And I won't scrap with Miss Drysdale. Thank you. That ain't him, but it's a step in the right direction.
These sneakers is too little on me. I got to go get my boots on.
Come on, Johnny.
I told you I ain't staying here. I'm going to the hotel and have me a party.
Now, I promised your ma I'd find you and look out for you. First thing you need is some good hot victuals.
First thing I need's a good stiff belt.
Well, if that's what it's going to take, might just do you some good at that.
I'm staying.
Don't you remember, Jethro? A tall boy, about so high, lots of thick black hair, real handsome, and the nicest young'un you'd ever want to meet, if you ain't already. Please, fetch him back and take me. Oh, thank you. taking me. I ain't in no hurry if you ain't. Throw your back.
Hello. Johnny, I told you to come straight to the hotel. Where are you?
You ain't gonna believe this, Eddie, but I don't know where I am.
Now, you listen to me, Johnny Polk. You get over to this hotel and sober up.
I ain't touched a drop, and I'll be there quick as I can make it. I sure got no reason to hang around here.
Hi there, Johnny. Remember me? I'm Ellie Mae. We used to wrestle when we was little.
I hear a girl's voice. That means trouble. You've got a show to do tonight. Now, get over here.
Cool it, Eddie. I'll see you at the bowl. So you're little Ellie.
Yep. Granny says tell you that victuals will be ready directly.
Crazy.
But Pa says first, you got to write a letter to your mom.
Well, I'd rather wrestle.
Well, Pa says I ain't supposed to do that no more. Now, here's everything you need.
Honey, I don't write so good.
Oh, well, I'll write it for you. Tell me what to say.
Oh, baby.
Do you, Ma?
Ain't that heavenly? Oh, and speaking of that, I still ain't in no hurry if you ain't. And I've mended my ornery ways like I promised.
Now, Granny, I know how you feel about Johnny Polk, but I hope you don't go to whomping him right off.
What?
I grant you he needs it. That boy tramples on the truth worse than he did back home. He was such a liar then, he used to have to get somebody else to call his dog for him.
Are you talking about sweet, lovable, hard-working Johnny Polk?
Oh, I'm talking about lazy, good-for-nothing Johnny Polk. Boy used to lay around the cabin so much his ma had to dust him.
He said it. I didn't.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody. Jed, can't you say anything good about Johnny Polk?
Well, yes, I can. Appears like he's give up singing. You got rid of his guitar.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry? Granny, that boy used to sing so bad that tomcats would throw things at him.
He said it. I didn't.
What's he mumbling about?
The young'uns of today, Jed. Oh, I love 'em all. They're so sweet and good and kind and well-behaved.
Have you got into your rheumatism medicine?
No, I took the pledge. Cross my heart. I ain't had a drop.
Now, Johnny, stop that nibbling on my ear. Pa says you can't have victuals till you get this letter wrote.
Letter, baby. Let's have a little action. Let's what to see.
That's what?
What to see? Well, how about the fruit? Swim?
Oh, yeah, we got a cement pond out back.
Baby, how can you look so round and be so square?
I don't know what you're talking about, Johnny.
Well, forget about it, honey. I don't dig those new jumping around steps too much myself. Give me the good old days when we used to hang on to one another. Remember this?
I sure do.
Ellie, I told you you can't wrestle no more.
Heck, I can't. I've whooped him quicker than I used to.
It ain't ladylike.
Well, he started it.
Oh, he did he?
Yes, sir. He says, let's have a little action.
Oh, he might just do that.
Hey, man, how long I got to split wood?
Until you earn this $10 to send back home to your ma?
Listen, Mr. Clappett, you get me to my hotel and I'll send Ma $10,000.
Your ma'd rather have 10 of these than 10 million of them dream dollars you keep talking about.
Man, I use those to light cigars. I'm worth $1 million. I got 6 gold records. 4 secretaries do nothing but answer my fan mail. There's Johnny Polk record players, Johnny Polk guitar, Johnny Polk picture books.
All on that silver train, huh, boy? Now, hold on, Granny. You ain't gonna whomp with my guitar, are you?
Why, I ain't gonna whomp that sweet young'un. I want to hear him play and sing.
You what?
That ought to buy me a few extra days.
Well, you've been bragging a lot. You show us something, you won't have to chop no more wood. Here, you can keep this.
Man, you're on. Now, this here's the song that made me famous. Well, I'm a dragster's whale, and I'm a rocket tail, and I'm a bargain sale. Have a great big helping of me. You didn't hear me at my best, Granny.
I thought you was fine, Johnny.
Well, I didn't have no microphone out there, and I didn't have no electric guitar.
You was just dandy.
You ought to hear me with the echo chamber and a great big band and chorus backing me up. I'd flip you. I'm so good I flip myself.
I'll take your word for it, Johnny.
You ought to see the way the girls fight one another just to get close to me. Thousands of them screaming, "We want Johnny. Johnny's the king." When I commence singing, they swoon with joy. And then when I'm done singing, they trample one another to get my autograph. I have to fight my way through a solid wall of girls to get to my limousine. Yeah, Granny, I'm the greatest.
Give me that, you young whippersnapper. Now, you sit down. I'm gonna tell you a few things.
Sorry, Granny, I gotta get to the bowl.
When I say sit, you sit. That assassin young scallywag. Now, there's one that wants punishing. Ain't got the manners of a varmint. If you're going to take me, now's the time. I'll never be able to face the widow Pope.
Today's presentation.
To meet your new ma.
But, Granny, the widow poke ain't my new ma yet.
She will be. I've been matchmaking better than 50 years. Ain't had a failure yet.
But what if Pa don't want to get married?
Ellie Mae, no man wants to get married. You have to lead him to the trough of happiness like you would a horse to water. But, Granny, now, Ellie Mae, leave these growed-up matters to me. Now, your pa needs a wife, and you need 'em all. The widow Pope needs a husband, and that no-account boy of hers needs a paw. I'm gonna have 4 people a-slurping from one trough of happiness. Yeah. Oh, Jed needs a wife, and Ellie needs them all. So Wanda needs a husband, and her boy needs a paw. And who's gonna make 'em all as happy as can be? That little old matchmaker, me.
I don't like this, not one bit. Now, Jed Clampett wouldn't get married without confiding in me. Now, I want to know what's going on.
All I know is that Granny asked me to drive Ellie Mae to the airport to meet the bride-to-be.
Well, I don't like it. Who is this widow Poke?
Apparently she's an old friend from back in the hills.
Probably after Jed for his money. I don't like it, I tell you.
I doubt that money is her motive, Chief. Her son is Johnny Poke, the teenager's favorite singer.
I don't care who he is. I still don't like it.
He's reputed to earn over $1 million a year.
$1 million a year?
Yes.
I'm beginning to like it. You'll need a good safe bank for all that money.
Ellie will be ready in a minute. What do you think about Jed getting married?
Well, it comes as quite a surprise.
It certainly does.
If you think you're surprised, wait till Jed hears about it.
You mean to say Mr. Clampett doesn't know he's getting married?
He don't even know the widow's coming to town. If he did, he would stubborn up on me like a mule in a mud puddle.
Well, aren't you taking a lot for granted?
Yes, it takes two to make a marriage.
Well, two's making this marriage. The widow Polk and me. Get a move on, Ellie.
Granny, I feel very strongly that we should sit down with Mr. Clampett and talk this over.
So do I.
I figured you would. That's why I sent him hunting.
Granny, you can't...
Now, you listen to me. There ain't a man been born that knows what's best for him. Jed is too young to be single and miserable.
But he's very happy.
Where'd you hear that? From him?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes.
What does he know about it? Underneath all that happiness, he's miserable. Jed needs a wife, and I'm going to see that he gets one.
Hi there, Miss Jane, Mr. Drysdale.
Hello, Ellie.
Now, Ellie will point the widow out to you, though she'll be hard to miss, 'cause she's so beautiful. The widow Polk? You just be quiet and point.
Well, I hope Mr. Clampett won't be angry with us for our part in this.
You leave Jed to me. I've been matchmaking better than 50 years. I ain't had a failure yet. By the time you get the widow back, Jed will be dressed in his courting clothes, paw on the ground, getting ready to propose. Hi.
Where's Ellie going?
Who?
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae who?
Ellie Mae Alfalfa Hay.
I don't think I know any.
Granny, I'm talking about the girl sitting in the back of that car.
What car?
The car going out the gate.
What gate?
Never mind.
I don't see so good, Jed.
You like a hawk, you don't see so good. Well, I reckon I'll get back to my hunting.
Jed, you gotta get all duded up.
To go hunting?
You know, Beverly Hills style.
What kind of hunting is that?
I'll tell you about it, Jed. It's plumb wonderful. Now, you get all dressed up. You come out here and you sit on the porch with a handful of flowers and a box of candy. Now, Mr. Rabbit comes by, sees you sitting there, and he says, "What's that feller doing sitting there?" Then he says to himself, all dressed up, he can't be hunting. Then Mr. Cottontail comes hopping up to sniff the flowers. You drop your hat on him and you got yourself a rabbit.
Beverly Hills style.
Yeah,
Sound good.
sure does.
Real smart.
Ain't it?
He sniffs the flowers,
Yeah,
drop the hat,
yeah,
got a rabbit.
that's right.
One question.
Ask me.
Who's the candy for?
The widow Polk. Jed, listen to me, please. Jed, now I want to explain. Go ahead and shoot me. If the time has come when a poor old lonesome woman can't invite a friend to come and visit her, then I don't want to go on living nohow.
Widow Polk is coming to see you?
Of course. But if hospitality has become a crime, then shoot me, 'cause I'm guilty.
Is that where Ellie's going, to meet the widow?
Yeah. But, Jed, you don't have to let her in. Lock the gates on her. Sick the dogs on her. Shoot her in the leg. She'll get the hint that she ain't welcome. What does it matter that poor old Granny is dying of lonesomeness to see the dearest, sweetest friend she ever had in the whole world?
The widow Polk?
Like sisters we was. But this is your place, Jed. You don't have to let her stay. We'll go to one of them flop houses.
Flop houses?
Though goodness knows we won't get no rest with all them men beating on that beautiful woman's door all night.
What beautiful woman is that, Granny?
The widow Polk.
Granny, you used to say that she looked like the backside of a mud fence.
Well, as a child, she was plain, but she blossomed into a lovely young girl.
Girl? The widow Polk?
I don't think she's seen 30.
Oh, she's seen it all right. She just can't remember it.
connect me with one of them flop houses.
Granny, you know good and well the widow's welcome here. I just don't want you to do no matchmaking.
Matchmaking? Why, I don't know what you're talking about. Every man is free to pick his own wife.
A man picks his own wife like a tomato picks a farmer. Especially with you working around the patch.
Jed, if I was to try matchmaking, why would I try with a widow?
Don't know why not. Don't know who's got more going for her. A widow knows all about men. The only man knows about her is dead.
I declare I don't know what makes you so suspicious.
Maybe it's because every year for 15 years you've tried to get me married.
Yeah, and you're spoiling my perfect record. What do you got against marriage anyway?
I ain't got nothing against marriage, Granny. I'm all for it.
Yeah?
Of course. Man needs a wife.
That's right.
There's a lot of things you can't blame on the government.
Worst hunting I ever did see. Hey, victuals ready, Granny?
We'll eat when our company comes. Now get upstairs and get cleaned up, both of you.
Who's coming?
The widow Polk. The finest cook in Cass County and the prettiest young woman ever to come out of the hills.
3 of them, huh? Well, Uncle Jed, the hunting around here sure is sorry.
Well, don't worry about it, boy. Granny just taught me how to hunt Beverly Hills style.
Well, tell me.
Well, you get yourself all duded up. You sit on the front porch with a handful of flowers and a box of candy.
Yeah?
Then, along comes this rabbit. Sniffs the flowers. Take off your hat.
I'll see that man happy married if it kills him. Don't drive too fast, Miss Hardaway. You'll bend Johnny.
I'll be careful. The name is Hathaway.
Mrs. Polk, do you carry that picture every place you go?
Well, up to now, I ain't never been no place, but I wouldn't go without Johnny. Ain't he beautiful, Ellie? Yes, ma'am, Miss Polk. He sure enough is. Right handsome. He's an angel, that's what he is. Do you like him, Miss Hardaway?
Oh, yes, indeed. The name is Hathaway.
I understand your son's income is about $1 million a year.
Yes, and every month, rain or shine, regular as clockwork, Johnny sends me $5.
What do you do with all that money?
Well, up to now, most of it's gone to pay for this picture. Isn't he beautiful, Ellie? Yes, ma'am, he sure enough is. Oh, he's an angel. He sings like one, too. Have you heard my boy sing, Miss Hardaway?
Hathaway. Yes, he's excellent.
I hope he's putting all his money in a good, safe bank.
He sings in a gold suit. Have you seen him in his gold suit, Ellie? No, ma'am, I ain't. Me neither. It was sure nice of your granny to pay my way out here so that I could see Johnny.
To see Johnny? Well, didn't she say anything about your getting married?
Well, yes, she did mention something about marrying Jed, but I'd have to ask Johnny first. Isn't he beautiful, Ellie? Yes, ma'am, he sure enough is. The salt of the earth, that boy.
By the way, where's he salting away all his money?
Mr. Drysdale is president of our finest bank.
Oh, well, what bank is that, Miss Hardaway?
Hathaway. And it's the same bank where Mr. Clampett has his account. Oh, perhaps your son would like to become a depositor.
Well, I'll speak to him about it.
Wonderful.
Will you ask Miss Hardaway to slow down? She's a-bending Johnny again.
Slow down, Miss Hardaway.
Well, howdy, folks. Welcome to California, Willie.
Oh, Jed, you shouldn't have done it.
Well, matter of fact, dandy big picture your boy, ain't it?
Ain't he beautiful?
May I carry him into the house for you, Mrs. Polk?
Yes, but handle him careful. Johnny Polk!
Hiya, Granny. Let's twist.
I'll twist your neck off if you spent the money I sent your ma. That was for her to come out here and marry Jed.
So you ain't matchmaking, huh?
Jed, wait, I can explain everything. I hope.
Well, here we are.
Well, Mrs. Pope, what do you think of Mr. Clappett's match?
Well, let's see now. Where'll I put my phonograph? How about right here, Miss Hardaway?
I see you have one of the new transistor portables. Very fine.
I had to sell my cap and walk all the way to Sibley to buy that. And I got all of Johnny's albums. Every time a new one comes out, I sell a pig and buy it. That's my boy. Ain't he beautiful? And he sings like an angel.
I'm a dragster's whale. I'm a rocket's tail.
Here, Jed. Shoot me. If trying to make two people happy is a crime, then I'm guilty. Shoot me.
Granny, we've been going through this for 15 years now. Why don't you give up?
'Cause at last I found the right woman for you. The one who can make you happy.
You talking about the widow Polk?
Sweetest little thing that ever drawed a breath.
Granny, her first husband was so henpecked he molted twice a year.
Are you saying that Clyde and Emma Polk didn't have a happy marriage?
No, as I recall, marriage was real happy. It was a living together afterward that caused all the trouble.
All right, Jed. I can see the widow ain't welcome. Connect me with one of them flop houses. Jed, I'm calling one of them flop houses. The widow and me will be leaving right away.
Better take this with you, Granny. You're gonna need it to stand off them fellas that's gonna be beating on a widow's door all night. Ask you something with her?
I reckon not.
No trouble at all with these handy pot passers.
The whole place is handy, Emma. No trouble at all to take care of. Have you seen this pretty green tablecloth? Glued right onto the table.
Then sakes.
Never have to take it off to wash it. Just go over it with a wet rag now and then. Have you seen this thing? Keeps the plates from sliding off the table.
I never seen the like.
Ah, that ain't nothing. Take a look at them handy pockets built right into the table.
I'll be sweet. What they for?
We don't know.
I'm terribly sorry. I hope you'll excuse me. That was my wife calling.
How long you been married, Mr. Drysdale?
20 years.
Oh, ain't that wonderful? They've had 20 years of happiness.
No, we had 25 years of happiness. Then we got married.
I reckon many a man has lost his best friend by marrying her.
Jed, a cut-up, always funnin'. I think that's what's kept him so young.
No doubt.
What's your secret, widow? Emma. What's your secret?
Well, if we're a tellin', I reckon my worst one is, I hit the jug a little. Just a nip or two on cold days.
The widow fun's just like Jed. I guess that's what's kept them both so young.
Remarkably youthful.
Uncle Jed and the widow?
Jethro, it ain't polite to talk with your mouth full.
Well, my mouth ain't full.
Then fill it.
But I'm done eating, Granny.
Granny, I reckon we're all done eating.
Oh, then good. Now, while the table is being cleared and the dishes washed, maybe our young couple would like to go for a walk or a drive.
We sure would. Come on, Jethro.
Sit down. I'm talking about the young couple at the head of the table.
Well, matter of fact, widow, I would like a couple of words with you alone.
The parlor is empty. Draw the drapes. It makes it more cozy. And have some of them sour lemon drops. It gets you all puckered up. I've been matchmaking better than 50 years. Ain't had a failure yet.
Sit down a minute, widow. There's something I ought to say to you.
But I got something I ought to say to you first, Jed.
Well, what I got to say is mighty important.
But I can make mine quick and merciful. Jed, I can't marry you. Now, What did you want to say?
Come to think of it, mine ain't so important.
What are you doing sitting here? The parlor's empty. I'll put on some dancing music. I know how you young folk like to rock your rolls and jitter your bugs.
Jed, I hope I ain't broke your heart. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you?
Well, yes, there is, widow. You can help save me from another 15 years of Granny's matchmaking. You game?
I sure am. I've had 20 years of it myself.
Granny! Granny! Uncle Jed and the widow's back.
Where in tarnation have they been all this time?
Looks to me like they've been to the beach.
The beach!
Yes, ma'am.
What in the name of good sense are you get up for?
Surfing, Granny. Me and Em have been making a Malibu scene along with the other kids.
Kids?
Ain't that a beautiful board, Granny? Jed learned me to hang 10.
We really shot the curls today.
Jethro, what they talking about?
Well, that there surfing talk, Granny. Shooting the curls when you come down off...
Cool it, Jethro. Granny just ain't groovy. Say, chick, let you and me go in there and put on some of them whaling Johnny Poke size and stomp out some what to see.
I dig you, Big Daddy. You're real bull. We're going steady.
Miss Jane, what happened?
Well, Granny, isn't it just marvelous? And the credit is yours. You told them to act their age.
Well, they ain't doing it.
Hi, Granny. You want to go onion hunting with us tonight?
No, I don't.
Real cube, ain't she?
Well, Granny ain't Jetty just too much. He plumb turns me on.
How about the drag races tomorrow, baby?
You bought it, man.
Come on, Granny. Get with it.
All I want to do is get out of it. Right in here, fellas. All you can eat. Big ones, too.
I'm a very own favorite.
Ways presentation.
Riot.
Granny, just wait till you see how pretty Cousin Bessie looks. It'll cheer you right up. Come on, Skip. Fetch in Cousin Bessie. Oh, Granny, ain't Cousin Bessie cute?
Stop calling that monkey cousin.
Well, she's Skipper's cousin.
Get him out of here.
Well, Granny, I thought you was lonesome for company.
Not that kind of company. Get him out of here.
All right, yes, ma'am. Come on, cousin.
Granny, I got something I want to show you. You know how you're always talking about how lonely you are and nobody ever comes to visit you here in Beverly Hills?
That's right.
Well, them movie stars got the same trouble.
No. Movie stars?
Them poor souls are so lonely for visitors that they have got maps made up showing how to get to their home.
I'll be switched. Where'd you get this?
Well, they got their young'uns down along Sunset Boulevard, waving them and yelling at the cars.
They must be plumb desperate.
Look there. Cary Grant. There's Doris Day.
Bless their poor lonesome souls. I know just how they feel.
This goes to show you, Granny. By the time you get to feeling sorry for yourself, along comes somebody that's worse off than you.
Ain't it the truth? Jed, I've been wanting to have a quilting bee and a molasses stir-off. Suppose I invite some of them poor, lonesome movie star ladies.
That's a dandy idea, Granny. Let's see who they got here. Joanne Crawford, Marlene Dietrich, Rita Garbo.
Can't you find any famous ones?
Yeah, here's one. Here's the biggest. America's sweetheart, Mary Pickford. Now, you wouldn't want to have molasses stir-off without little Mary, would you?
That's a fact. I'll have Jethro cut her an extra long sop stick so she won't get her curls in the hot sorghum.
Say, Granny, they got a lot of fellas on here. Why not have a barn dance and invite them, too?
That's a good idea. Is there enough fellers to pair off for a square dance?
Well, let's see. There's Danny Kaye, Ray Bolger, Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. Might even be a tolerable dancer in the bunch.
I hope so. I've just been itching to have a good old-fashioned window-rattling hoedown.
Me too.
Sid, come on. Let's commence calling on them poor, lonesome movie stars and invite them to our dance.
Well, you and Jethro are going to have to do that, Granny. I'm waiting for Miss Drysdale to come over and see me.
What about?
Well, she wants me to put some money in a new business she's starting, something called Beverly Hills Ballet Company.
What's a ballet company?
Company makes ballets, I reckon, whatever they are.
Invite her to our dance.
I will.
Up we go, down we go, and up we go, up we go, down we go, ah!
Bravo, maestro, bravo! Divine, mes chers. Oh, maestro, the Beverly Hills Ballet Company is going to be without peer.
At the moment, it is without money. We need more dancers, more costumes, musicians, a theater, everything.
Yes, I know. I've set my goal at $200,000.
And you are nearing this goal?
I need only one more donation. Do you hear that, my children? One more.
Run, leap, jump, work, dance.
But, maestro, I haven't finished. That one donation must be for $190,000.
Save it. Rest.
However, there is a man, Mr. J.D. Clampett, who could pledge that amount and never miss it.
Well, what are we waiting for? Run, leap, jump, work. No, not you, not you. Her. Go see this gentleman.
Gentleman? He's a crude, crass lout of a hillbilly. He's never even seen a ballet.
Well, we're even. I have never seen $190,000.
Oh, greetings, maestro. And a happy arabesque to you, mes enfants. Mrs. Drysdale, your husband grows impatient for lunch, and we have to make a stop at the Clampetts first. Oh, dear, I dread this ordeal. Au revoir, maestro.
Madame.
Au revoir, live spirits.
Back so soon, Granny?
Hey, Paul's got some day and you calls for the square dime.
You run into trouble?
How many movie stars did you see?
I didn't see none.
Well, how come? Didn't Jethro take you around all the homes?
Oh, yeah. Must have been to a dozen of them. With love in my heart and a smile on my face. And what do you think I got for my trouble? I got door slam, butler sassed, and dog bit.
Dog bit?
Yeah, dog bit.
Come on, Margaret.
Milburn, I can't do it. You asked them to pledge the money. Or Miss Hathaway.
No, sir. For 2 years, you've done nothing but mean-mouth the Clampetts. Now that you want their money, you can jolly well sweet-mouth them.
But the money is not for me. It's to bring the ballet to Beverly Hills.
Well, I don't care if it's to bring the Beatles to Bel Air.
What tarnation is going on?
Stand clear down there.
Granny, what are you doing?
I'm moving back home, that's what I'm doing. Have Jethro commence loading up my stuff. The quicker I get out of Beverly Hills, the better.
What's going on, Pop?
Here, Granny. Granny's moving out again. You get this stuff picked up, I'll go talk to her.
That's it, Bessie. You help me.
Please come with me, Milburn.
No, Margaret. This is something you must do. And do it fast. I'm late for lunch.
Chief, if I may interpose a word of reason,
You may wait in the car, Cicero. Now, you'll find out for yourselves that the Clampetts are not what you accuse them of being, but kind, gentle, generous people.
Well, howdy there, Miss Drysdale. Come right in. Would you like to meet Cousin Bessie?
Yes, indeed. Any member of your family is a friend of mine.
Here she is.
What a charming little cousin.
You like her?
She's adorable.
You're that Bessie? Give Miss Drysdale a kiss.
No.
Oh, she don't mind.
Thank you. Where's your father?
Oh, he's in the zoo.
Not her father, yours.
Oh, he's upstairs in Granny's room. Go right on up.
Mr. Clampett, Granny, may I speak to you about the ballet?
How would you like to have the door slammed in your face? Get chased off the property? How would you like to have the dog sicked on you?
Margaret, I'm late for lunch. Where are you going?
Shall I follow you?
No, the food's better downtown.
Carl, Granny's coming to get the rest of her things. You ain't gonna let her go back home, are you?
Don't worry about it, Ellie. I had Jethro hide the truck. Granny's coming, you better hide Cousin Bessie.
Thought you could stop me by hiding the truck, huh? Well, it didn't work. I'm moving back home in the wheelbarrow.
That's a far piece from Beverly Hills, Granny.
Ain't far enough to suit me. Who told you you could lay on my bed?
Same fella told you could take my wheelbarrow.
Oh. Out of this place. Getting out of here right now. Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. Movie stars. Invited them to my molasses stirrup. Beverly Hills. Showed up. What kind of people are there here? Place is full of smog. Can't get out of here soon enough to suit me. Been here too long as it is. That's what I'll do. Kick me out of the...
All is not lost. Contrary to what Mrs. Drysdale has told you, Mr. Clampett is a man of vision and intelligence. Once he has been exposed to the beauty of the ballet, he will gladly pledge the money. Do you think so? I am positive. Take some of your dancers, speed to his mansion, and reveal to him the poetry of motion that is ballet.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do. The 3 or 4
By dingies, this wheelbarrow holds more than the truck. Have I forgot anything? Oh, yeah. What the? That's the first one of them that ever grabbed me back. That little varmint grabbed all of my stuff under the bed.
Good, my children. You must be as supple as gazelles.
Now, Granny, don't judge a whole town by a few butlers. Place the size of Beverly Hills is bound to have some nice folks.
If they is, I ain't met them.
Now, Granny, you're going home to a lot of ice and snow. Just come over here and look at our flowers and green grass and nice leafy tree.
What's wrong, Paul?
Just when I'm trying to sell Granny on Beverly Hills, some darn fool neighbor commences running around in his underwear. It's worse than I thought. Now he's chasing a girl, and she ain't got no clothes on neither.
What happened?
He caught her.
I shall try another door. Keep supple, my gazelles. Dance, dance.
Now he's after two of them. Run, girls, I'll hold him while she get away.
Maestro! Maestro!
Well, leastwise, I scared him off. Now, quick, get into your clothes.
These are all the clothes we have. We're ballerinas.
Both of you?
Yes. She's Margot and I'm Diane.
Huh? Granny's got a wheelbarrow loaded and fixing to leave.
All right, Ellie. Take care of these girls. Get them some clothes. They's the ballerina sisters.
Get down from there, you hairy little hitchhiker.
Now, Granny, listen to reason. You can't get this load out of the house, much less over the Rocky Mountains.
We'll see about that.
I declare you are the muliest little woman.
Come quick.
Now, you stay here. I got more trouble than I know how to handle.
I ain't staying anywhere. And you're gonna have push when we get to the Rockies.
Ellie, where's the girl? What are you doing in here?
That fella in his underwear's come back.
Uh-oh. Oh, good. You caught the rascal. I want to thank you for pitching in and helping. I'm Jed Clampett.
You are Mr. Clampett. Do you hear that, my children?
Oh, are all three of these young'uns yours?
Yes. I will have them dance for you, and then perhaps you will give us the money we so desperately need. Come, come, children. Dance, dance.
Oh, no, they don't have to dance. I'll be glad to help you. Just keep it kind of quiet and step over here out of sight. I don't want Granny to see the way they dress. Or undress.
So you're the one that's holding me back. Let go, you grabby little goomer. You're riding free as it is.
Yeah, I can see where you need money to buy clothes and all. How much you think it'll take?
$190,000.
$190,000? For these three young'uns?
Oh, no. I hope to have 50.
50? You spoke to your wife about this?
Of course.
Well, hoping and having is two different things. Here's $35 or $40. You're welcome to it.
But this is nothing. We must have beautiful clothes made. We must have an orchestra to play for us. We must have our own theater.
Mister, I can see there's something you ain't learned yet. You gotta crawl before you can walk.
Wow! Granny's trying to come down them stairs with that wheelbarrow full of...
You all right, Granny?
Of course I'm all right. Well, don't stand there. Help me load up. I aim to make the state line by dark. You shut up.
$35. It is an insult. I should throw it in his face.
Where to, Mac?
The nearest drive-in. We're starving.
No wonder that feller is out begging.
Who, Paul?
That Mr. Ballerina. His young'uns ain't got clothes on their backs, and he's spending his money on taxi cabs.
Mr. Clampett. Mr. Clampett.
Oh, howdy, Miss Drysdale. I've been expecting you since morning.
I came earlier, but Granny drove me away.
I'm sorry about that. She's been madder than a stepped-on cat all day. Now, let's see. You've been wanting me to give you some money for your ballet company.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, would you help us?
Why, you bet I would. Oh, by the way, what is a ballet?
It's the most beautiful form of the dance.
Dance, huh?
It's something Beverly Hills has needed for a long time.
I couldn't agree with you more. You fixing to have one?
If you'll give me the money.
You got it. This ballet might be just a ticket to keep Granny from moving out. She's pretty as fond of dancing as she is of scrapping.
I'll go home and get a pledge.
Pledge?
Yes, everyone who participates is required to sign a pledge.
Oh, sounds like a good idea. I always did say, dancing and drinking don't mix.
Granny, please don't go. Pa, don't let Granny go.
Well, I don't blame her, Ellie. If I was Granny, I wouldn't want to get showed up myself.
Showed up by who? Doing what?
Miss Drysdale, dancing.
That woman ain't never seen a day she could outdance me.
This is a step you don't know, Granny. It's something called ballet. I gotta brush up on it myself.
I couldn't ballet better than that. I'd give up.
Oh, you know the dance.
I was balleting long before you or Miss Drysdale was ever born.
Come in.
Mr. Clampett, I must speak to you about the ballet.
I gotta talk to you first.
Oh, what about, Granny?
About the best road to take over the Rockies with a wheelbarrow.
Best road to open...
Never mind that. Where does a person learn ballet dancing?
At a ballet studio.
Let's go.
Oh, but Granny...
Don't argue with me. Get in this thing and drive.
But, Miss Hathaway, this is madness.
But listen, Maestro, she holds the key to the future of the Beverly Hills Ballet Company.
We're ready, Maestro.
All right, my children. Very pretty now. Entree.
Courage, Maestro.
Maestro, victory is ours. I have Mr. Clampett's pledge. Dance. Leap with joy, children. Vive la culture. Beverly Hills will have a ballet second to none. Really?
How do you like this ballet, Miss Drysdale? Let's go, Roy.
Presentation.
Viacom.